We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with their opponents. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McLaughlin. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So they bring out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
49, guys. Mike.
2nd and 4. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Robinson now off the option, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted. but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catch the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. You want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Highsmith. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. On 2nd down now. It's McLaughlin. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there. They've got a ways to go now on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run. Robinson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll look to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marco Wilson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
He's got Jordan complete right side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Jalen Thompson picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo? And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
49, guys. Mike.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Chase Claypool, the intended target. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Terry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And again, it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There's a nice move. Escapes the defender. Touchdown. Brevin Jordan, 84 yards. And the Monarchs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point attempt to follow here. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Grenard. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. Looking to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. He finds his man complete. It's Terry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jonathan Grenard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Flushed out right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Robinson now off the option. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll drop to throw. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. They'll look to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll buy some time right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knock it.
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Terry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
7 yards the pick up there.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he fires one incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra points have been good. That'll put the lead up to 26. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead.
Robinson now off the option.
call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man complete. It's Terry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Terry. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And he's
in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 6-yard touchdown run. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
72 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Robinson now off the option. And they'll get this down to the 10. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Ball rests on the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like... And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game, because a lot of times in that situation, we see teams try to roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Marco Wilson.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. There he goes again. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.